So here you are, you're playing in the minor leagues, and what injury, what happened?
Yeah. So it was towards the end of my career. It was in 2007, and I was 27 years old then. And I had an injury one night at the plate. I dislocated my shoulder, and this was kind of in the moment that this happened, it became pretty apparent that, okay, something was wrong, A, with my shoulder, and B, that this is likely the end of my baseball career. I've had a handful of surgeries before. I was at the upper age limit for kind of moving on and fulfilling this dream. And so it hit me pretty quickly right after that happened that, okay, this might change the trajectory of your life. And after that game in the locker room, I was given a pill by a teammate. And it wasn't like, I didn't think much of it other than he just said, hey, you're going to be in some pain. Take this will help. And so I took it, and I've had surgery before. It wasn't like I was new to meds or pain meds, but to be honest, any surgery I'd had before, medicine was just medicine. It was prescribed by a doctor. It could have been ibuprofen, Tylenol, or, a Percocet. I didn't know the difference. It wasn't like something that I knew anything about. It was just what you do after surgery to get yourself better. And that night after the game, I wasn't prescribed by a doctor, given to me by a teammate in the locker room. And I remember about an hour later going home, and the kind of the sense of depression that I was feeling, the sense of like unknowing what my future looks like, along with the physical pain, were all kind of taken away. I mean, my shoulder didn't hurt. I'm sitting at home like, man, my shoulder doesn't hurt. It should be killing me. And B, like, I felt fairly good and euphoric. Like, it made me kind of forget, or at least cope with, those feelings I was having emotionally. And so that was kind of this eye-opening moment. And it's not like it went, all of a sudden I'm addicted to pain meds. That's not how it necessarily works. But that was the moment that my eyes were open to like, wow, this really made me feel better when I should be feeling pretty crappy right now.
You make this decision at a young age, right? Like, I want to be the best athlete I can. And then later on in life, it's like there's these decisions that are made that are opposite of that, although they don't come from it didn't come from like a bad place, like, oh, right. I'm just going to, so it's a really interesting scenario that kind of played out there over a 10-year span.
Yeah. And I think that 180 was the impetus for me feeling so much shame, for me going down this shame cycle. It's not who I ever saw myself as. I mean, I don't think anybody necessarily sees themselves as an addict or a drug abuser, but for myself, it was so far from the person that I thought I was that when I started to realize I did have a problem, I couldn't look at myself.